fifth harmonic is very hard for me to find and just like own right now. Maybe it's not something that should be owned, but rather something that should be danced with. I mean, an amazing thing, and it's too much to go into here, but the fifth harmonic actually very quickly brings us to the notes necessary to build a major triad, which is triumphant and happy. And the harmonic series, which applies not only to music, but to anything that vibrates like you and me and all things, it very quickly leads to happy. And it actually supports this kind of silly, but I would say real and important statement that our natural vibe is happiness. Now, the harmonic series continues to, well, I mean, even here, I should say that in that major triad, there is what we call a major third, happy, and a minor third, sad. So I'm not trying to lock us in some new cage idea of positive vibes only, bro. But I will say that there is like kind of a triumphant resonance that quickly happens in the frequencies born from nature. And I don't mean like just the trees, I mean the yous and the me's, all right? And the whole palette, the whole spectrum of all of the vibrations and emotions is available. But maybe the kind of most fundamental thing is happy vibes. So here's to that, y'all. Very short one here today. I'm going to show you, as I did a couple of days ago, how to calculate harmonics in the chart. And I'm just going to do a bunch of examples of this for the transits in this moment right now. And by the way, you know, glasses on, friends, like there will be math. All right, like we're going to be going to the calculator here. Let me actually get the calculator up. Cool. And we start with the 1, which really is the circle, so 360 degrees, okay? And I'm kind of looking for things like what is the fraction of that circle between, for example, Moon and Venus here. Now, you astrologers hopefully will see Moon at 24 Taurus and Venus at 25 Leo and know that's a square. It's like a little bit more, but it's so close to a square, I'm going to leave that there. Moon is trine Mercury, right? It's a third of the circle, just as the moon square Venus is a quarter of the circle, all right? So if I cast a third harmonic chart, we're going to see a Moon-Venus conjunction. Excuse me, I got some tea in my lung. Sorry, Moon-Mercury conjunction. All right, and it's not exact because they're not exactly trine. They're not exactly third harmonic. If I cast a fourth harmonic chart of this moment, we're going to see a Moon-Venus conjunction because they are a fourth of the zodiac apart from one another. There's your Moon-Venus conjunction in a fourth harmonic chart. You'll notice here in this transit wheel as well that Moon is sextile Neptune. All right, no, it's not exact, and a sextile is like a sixth harmonic. It's like a greater magnification of the chart. So this 2 degrees orb, and it's a little more than 2 degrees between Moon sextile Neptune, is going to become 6 times that when I go to a sixth harmonic chart. So they're going to be more than 12 degrees apart, and maybe won't look so conjunct. This is Moon Neptune I'm talking about, okay? We actually find that Moon and Uranus are closer to some kind of sixth harmonic thing, right? And you're going to see that Moon Uranus, actually that's just their conjunction. And I should know better. Let's do one more with the Moon here, which is kind of clear, which is like the Moon is in a very strong quincunx with Mars. Well, quincunx means 5/12. It's a 12th harmonic. If I cast a 12th harmonic chart, you're going to see Moon and Mars conjunct. There you go. And that one's super strong, even though I'm magnifying the nativity by 12 and increasing their orb in the natal chart by 12. The quincunx in the natal chart is so close I increase that orb by 12, and they're only 12 arc minutes apart, which means in the natal chart, they're only 1 arc minute away from some kind of, 12th. In this case, 5/12. All right, look at the moon is about 1/12 from the north node. In the 12th harmonic chart, we're going to see moon in north node. You, by the way, also see moon Venus. And don't see it as well, but moon Mercury. And the reason why is the moon is 3/12 from Venus, 4/12 from Mercury, 2/12 from Neptune, right? Like there's a lot of beings hanging out in these kind of degrees in a 12th harmonic system, which is dividing the wheel into 12s. What happens when we divide the wheel into 12? 30 degrees, right? The signs. Yeah, so when you have moon in this case, or any planet like separated in the zodiac, and they're at very similar degrees of signs, then in a 12th harmonic chart, they're all going to kind of come together, right? So that's just this whole kind of stellium here. All right. Well, let's look at moon and sun. What aspect is that? And the question is, I don't know. Or the answer is, I don't know. I mean, actually, the software is showing me, but I want to calculate it anyway. So how far is the moon from the sun? Right? This is where things get super tricky, and we need to take our time. Calculators are scary, and this is like I guess the one example I'll do here. Maybe I have time for 2. So moon 2341. All right. Well, if I go trine from there, I get to 2341 Virgo. What is trine? It's 120 degrees. All right, so let me just put the moon's trine ray right here, 2341 Virgo. Well, how far is that from the sun? 2341 Virgo. If I add 7, I'm at 041 Libra. Okay, so I've added 120 to get here, and then another 7 to get the first degree of Libra, and I'm at 0 degrees 41 minutes. Libra is 127 degrees from here. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick that here so I don't forget it. And now to get from 41 minutes of Libra, 041 Libra, to 916 Libra, first of all, 41 will get me to 16 if I add 5 and 30. Is that right? Or is it 25? What? 41 plus 25 equals 66. No, so I want 41 plus 35 equals 76, which is 60 plus 16. All right, so I was at 41 and 127 degrees from here. Got me to 0 degrees 41 minutes Libra. I add I add 35 arc minutes to that, so about a half a degree, and I'm at 116-ish. I'm just going to call it a half a degree, and then I need to add another 8. So it's like 127 plus 8 is 135. It's about 135 and a half degrees is this distance between the moon and the sun. There's other ways to do that. Like that, I would say, it's like one of the trickiest parts of what I'm showing you, okay? So now the question is, what percentage of the wheel is this angular distance? So what we're going to do is divide a circle by this. I have time for this one example. Okay, so 360 divided by 135.5. Many of you will know that that's the sesquiquadrate or sesquisquare. And I get this thing 2.656. It's like, well, what do you do with that? Well, I want you to see this as 2.66. Or 2 2/3. Because the next step, like once I figure out the fraction of the circle, 360 divided by the angle between the points or planets I'm considering, right? So the fraction of the circle, that is the distance between them, or the aspect or the geometry between the two. Like once you figure that just by dividing 360 degrees by that distance, now I need to tame this thing by trying to multiply it by a whole number so that I get a whole number back. This one's pretty easy because 0.666 is 2/3. So if I multiply this whole thing by 3, I'm going to get a whole number. Ish. And that whole number is 8. Okay? And because I had to multiply by 3, I can see that moon and sun here are separated by 3/8 of the circle. That beep means I need to go. 3/8 of the trioctile sesquiquadrate. We'll do more of these. It's a good workout. See you in space.